Hi, welcome back to Beadin' Crazy Custom Creations. I'm Miss Frances. Today I have stuff made up to pour this dragon in silicone. Now, I'll get you down and let you see. I made the box for the head because I needed to make sure it was deep enough to cover the horns. The bottom half, I still might have to, I still may have to get me some more sticks to put under it and tip it up a little bit. I have it tipped some, but I may have to tip it a little bit more because it wasn't quite long enough, tall enough in the back. So I built it up in the back and I stuck it down with some two-faced tape and clipped it together, and we're going to see if it works. The only reason why I put more two-faced tape in there is because I could see through the cracks and I don't want it leaking, which my homemade box might leak too. So I actually have it down. I've got my microphone all jacked up too because I had to move it out of my way. I got it down. Let me show you. Okay. Alright, there's the bottom half. And I built the back up. I tilted it in the front, which I may have to tilt it back a little more if it doesn't fill. This is the box for the big head. And I'm not even sure. I'm going to start pouring it. I didn't plug the holes. I have that air dry clay up there. I don't know if it'll work. And last time I did that, it was all sticky. So, I don't know. I don't know whether to plug it with I got some modeling clay and it was sticky too, so I thought about filling them in with some hot glue. Dang it. I don't know. I do not know. 'Cause I've debated on this thing all day long, making the box, trying to get it tall enough, which it's overly tall now, but that's okay. It's hard for me to see, but it's plenty of room all the way around it. That one's a little close, but I think it'll still be okay. I don't know. I don't know whether to block the holes and re-drill them or just try and do it that way. Let me think about it for a minute. Alright. Yeah, it could turn out to be a big mistake, but I'm leaving the holes like they are. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Alright. Get part A, and I'm not sure that this is going to be enough for either one of them, really. I'm probably going to have to order another thing to get them finished, which I'm not happy about. So I'm going to start by pouring the head first because that's the one that's going to take the most. So let's see what I got in my cup here. I got 8 cups, so I need to do 4 and 4, and I need to mark that because I don't know, I guess I slept wrong on my side. I woke up this morning with my eye glued shut, and yeah. It's been a rough day trying to see. I put medicine in it earlier, but it's been a rough day. So start by pouring. Maybe I should have. I don't know if you're supposed to shake these up or not. I know people stir them. So let me put the lid back on it and shake it up real good. Alright, that's about the best I can do. I'll shake the other one up before I just put a bunch of bubbles in there. Alright, come on, why do you keep going off on me? Stupid scale. Alright, 2.62 or 2 whatever. 2.6.2. So clear and do shake this one up too. Oh, I need my timer too for stirring here. Come on. Damn it. Okay. Oh, he went off, you stupid thing. Yeah, that was great. I don't think this is going to be enough, really. If you really want to know the truth, I think I'm going to have to order some more to finish it. Yep, I think so. I think I went way over the 8, which I shouldn't have, but I did. Alright. Let me go on right now and go ahead and get some ordered. I don't know, because the weather's so bad here, I don't know that it'll get delivered in time. But I will go to orders and order it again. It's gonna take me a while here. Come on. I know you don't want to work because I got gloves on, but gonna have to work. Alright. Says Sunday. That figures. Well, we'll see. Yeah, because I'm sure that Amazon's running behind with all the crappy weather we have right now. Alright, let me get my timer here so I can stir. I really don't have a lot of room either. And I really filled this a lot. I should not have filled it so full. I just gotta be careful so I don't flip it out of there. Pretty sure this is not going to be enough. Was hoping to have this done by Friday, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have any. I don't think I have any silicone left. I will look, but I don't think I do. So we're gonna see. If it doesn't work, then I'll have to make different plans for Friday's live. I really wanted to do this dragon, but I don't see that happening. I thought 70 would be enough, but I'm not sure it's gonna be. I've been having a rough day. Yeah, I'm just. It's the fact that I have house guests still, and yeah, and I'm not thrilled with it. And that's the first thing she does when she gets home from work is sit on her phone instead of doing what I ask her to do, which I don't ask for a lot, but I do ask that she clean up my Betty Boop room, because I can't even stand to go in my Betty Boop room. And if there was any other space, I would make those girls sleep on a air mattress before putting them in my Betty Boop room. Tell you the truth, I'm not a happy camper. Nope. And I think when she gets back, I'm going to tell her she's got to get out again. And this time I'm only giving her till the end of next month. And she's got to go. So she better be bringing boxes home and packing up. Because if she don't pack her stuff up, I'll pack it up and she won't like the way I pack it. Because I'm done. I can see she isn't in no hurry to do anything because she has a place to stay. Well, that's going to change. Sorry, but it's going to change. And I don't know what he is. Her boyfriend, is her ex-fiance. I was polite enough to let him stay here because of the weather and the roads being closed back where he needed to go to get home or get back to where he stays. Well, I was polite enough to let him stay here. He did, do some stuff while he's been here. He's done shoveling and stuff like that, but he was working on, I'm going to turn this for another 5 minutes actually, because there's a lot in there and I want to make sure I got it good and stirred. Anyway, I don't know. I'm tired. I want to be back to just it being me and the dogs. I want to be back to just my house, period. Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragons. Hello? Nothing that I can think of, and right now I'm in the middle of stirring silicone so I can pour it. Yep, I got a video going right now. I was in the middle of getting this stirred up and ready to go so I can pour it. I don't care. All right. Yep. All right. All right. Love you too. Bye. I love her. I just can't. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it anymore. I just can't. I'm just trying to make sure I get this mixed pretty good, but I'm not. Yeah, I've already stirred it for 5. I'm going to stir it for another 5 because there's so much in there. And then I'm going to pour it in there and hope like heck I don't know. I don't think it's going to fill it all because I forgot about that inside cavity because it's an incense burner. So it might take it may take all of that just to fill that one part. And looks like I ain't getting any more till Sunday. So guess it might be later on in the week before I get to do this. I don't know. I'm trying to get it stirred without slopping it because I filled it so full. I wish I hadn't filled it that full, but I did. So I'm trying to make sure I get it stirred up all the way and mixed thoroughly. When you have colors, it's easier to see if it's mixed. When it's just white, it's harder to tell if you've got it mixed all the way. So I'm just going to keep stirring until my timer goes off. Scraping the bottom, scraping the sides, trying to get it good and mixed up. I'm sure this one's going to be a little difficult getting out of the mold because I'm not plugging the holes up, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, I could plug them and re-drill them, but I don't know that it's going to make that big a difference. I mean, it will, but it won't. Come on, timer. I need to get this poured. I know you're not going to really be able to see. I'm just going to pour it in this box, and it's, believe me, it's a big dragon head. So it'll probably take all that container to get it done. Yeah. All right, that's been 10 minutes. I know you can barely hear that, but it went off. So, oh, darn it. I did not spray this with, ooh, do not move it, Kay. God bless it, you're dripping everywhere. Darn it. Just trying to get it off of there without dripping it all over the pan. lay this somewhere. Alright. I'm going to start. Let me wipe my hands first, because I got it all over my gloves. And all over the pan, but the only thing about the pan is it'll peel off a bit. Unlike my silicone mat here that I got it on. I need to wipe that off because you cannot peel it off of that. Okay. This is 8 ounces. Let's hope it doesn't start leaking, or I'm not going to be a happy camper. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be enough. It was pretty close. I mean, not real close, but pretty close. I mean, I could have, but I didn't have anything bigger to mix in. So, I don't know if this is going to be enough for sure. Trying to get it scraped as best I can. Get all of it out of there that I can possibly use. Yeah, my box was kind of, I built the box, and I have to admit I've done a better job building boxes than I did for this one. Yep. It's kind of crappy. But it's more than halfway as long as I ain't got no leaks. Let me try and wipe this out of here, because I don't want to be looking at that thinking, oh my God, it's leaking. No. No, no, no. I used two-phase tape. I used hot glue and duct tape. So it's taped pretty good. Now, whether it springs a leak or not, I don't know. The seams were, there was a few spots on the seams that were kind of iffy, but we'll see. All right, part A. Yeah, I thought I wiped that out of there good. I did not. I can still see it, and I don't want it. I want it to be dry because I want to be able to see if I'm leaking. I see some of my tape's not sticking very good, but okay. Alright, let's turn this back on. Get my thing out of there and turn it back on. Okay. 112.5.6. 3-1. Alright, well, I mean, 0.11.34. I hope I have enough of this. Come on. Damn, that thing's gonna... 1.34. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? How did I do that? That's off. Big time. Should have poured the B first. Alright, I'm going to have to go look and see if I have any silicone left anywhere. I'll be right back. Alright, I mixed up another just under 7 ounces. So, I found a little more part B. Let's hope it will work and not make it sticky. And I may have to prop that back, because I'm not getting the horns covered. God bless it. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, almost, but not quite. And I may have a little bit of that other left, but I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, it's from less resin, but it may not be the same stuff, and it may not set up. In a pinch, all I used of it was about a little over, or about 5.5 ounces of it to make it even with what I already had in there to make it come out right, but it doesn't say the same thing on it as the other one does. It is from less resin, so I don't know. I mean, it may work and it may not. And I may have to, man, I hated that. I thought I might have to tilt it, and I didn't want to. I mean, I made the box tall enough, no problem. I did make the box tall enough, but I really wanted to cover the horns. And they're pretty much covered. I mean, I could technically tilt the box and be okay, I think. But I really don't want to. I didn't want to tilt the box, so I'm afraid it's going to float as it is, because there was no way to really stick it down in there. There was, I mean, the teeth was the only thing. So, dang. I mean, I have a little bit of that left. I just don't know if it's the same stuff. Says it is, but I don't know if I have enough left to, well, let's see what I can, I'm going to put you on pause and see what I can mix up out of what I got left of that. Because it pretty much says the same thing on the box. So let's see what I got and see what I can mix up. Maybe I can get this one finished. I can see the bubbles popping up through the holes, from the holes. So that's probably going to happen for a while. I might actually find something that I can set under the front of it and tip it back a little bit so if I've got, I mean, I don't know how much I have left of this, but I might actually be able to finish filling this, the head anyway. That's going to take the most. The other one won't take as much. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find something to tilt it back a little bit. So I'll be back. Hi y'all, welcome back to Beaten Crazy Custom Creations. I'm in the middle of taking the dragon out of the silicone mold, which could take a little while, so I'm going to take you along on the process. My hands are pretty sticky, right? Anywhere that you put like hot glue inside the mold, which I did because it was such a big mold, I didn't want it to leak, which it leaked anyway, just a little bit. But anywhere where you put it, it's going to be sticky. So let me get you down and show you what I'm doing so far. This is what I'm doing here. Is I'm taking the razor knife and I'm cutting along the top edge of this. Trying anyway. I mean, I don't have to have it perfect, but I'm trying to stay on the bottom of it so that I can peel it off. This one's going to be a lot easier than the head is. And I probably won't be able to do a, I probably won't. I will probably leave this for at least another 24 hours before I pour in it. Because I ran out before I got finished. So I had to order another thing of silicone. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to get this one out without breaking it. And I did not fill in any of the holes, so that was probably my bad. Really. If you really want to know the truth about it, it was probably my bad for not doing that. But I thought if I didn't and I was careful about getting them out, that I wouldn't have to worry about it. Then the holes would already be there. Alright. So that's up the bottom. And I do have some two-faced tape, which I'm going to have to peel off of this. I was trying to take the big head out of the mold that I had to make for it, but without tearing the mold up, but that did not work out. Did not. Okay, so how am I going to do this one? I don't want to tear that. I really want that to stay. So, if I can start working this loose, I don't want to cut the back where the tip is. I just want to work it loose and get it out. Yeah, there are a little bit more pieces. And yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean that double two-faced tape off the bottom. I did try my Let's Resin one, and I built it up and everything, and put hot glue around the bottom of it, and that started leaking like a sieve. So, I went and got a tote, and I put him in a tote. Now, this might be fun to get out, but if I can fold it back far enough, I might be able to just get a hold of it and pull it out. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing here. Let me stand up, get my hair out of the way. I don't want it to be all sticky. Come on. Come on. I don't want to break you, but I want you out. And I know that's what the deal is. Okay. All right. All right, it's the holes in the teeth that's stopping me. And I can't get underneath it to cut where the teeth are. And I don't want to cut it. I only want to cut it a certain way because I definitely don't want it leaking. All right. Where am I cutting here? Right there. No, I don't want to cut it there. I need to get the nose out so I can cut those pieces, I think, from the inside. I think is where I want to cut them. Is not on the outside because I need the nubs to be there for that reason, for that purpose. Darn it. Well, maybe I do want to cut them on the outside. They're gonna stay on the inside, I would think. Well, we're gonna try. I mean, I may end up having to redo them. I'm sorry, I got it turned away from you, but I have to be able to see what I'm cutting, and I don't want to cut too deep. Okay, I think I got that one. I think, but it's hard to see. Yeah, I gotta be able to see what I'm doing here. It's so hard to see and hold it back at the same time so you can cut. I definitely don't want to. Yeah, I think they probably should have been cut from the inside, and I don't think that I can get on the inside to cut them. Nope, I cannot. Well, I may end up having to drill those holes, because I think the only way I'm going to get it out is to cut this loose. And you got to be able to see it to cut it loose. Well, like I said, if I have to drill, I have to drill holes in. I got a Dremel and I got some diamond bits. Alright, let's see here. I got them cut on that side. Let's see if I can get them cut on this side. I gotta be able to see them first. That's the problem. I can't see what I'm cutting. Come on. Really? Really? Nope, I cannot see that side. I gotta be able to see it to cut it. Dang it, I don't want to cut into the mold. I just want to cut that piece loose. And it's hard to see. Oh! Let's see what happens if I can't pull on it because I can't, well, maybe. Hold on. That might help me, actually. That might help by pulling those pieces out. Okay. I got it loose, okay. Got it loose on that side. It's loose on that side. Okay. Oh, yay! I did it! Although I probably messed the teeth up on one side. by cutting them. But maybe, maybe not. I don't know. All right. Yay! I did it. I did it. That's just one part. That's just one part now. Yeah, I don't want to cut off anywhere where the skin is. Okay. So that one's done. And when I set it right over there in the sticky. That was very smart. As it is, I might have to put some felt back on the bottom of it. It had a really thin coat and I peeled it off. And I need to peel off this Too-Faced tape. Now, I have that one turned upside down. And that might be a fun one. It's going to be a rough one to take out. This one was a whole lot easier. That's why I started with it. The other one's going to be a whole lot rougher because it had the holes in the nose. I don't want to break the horns or the ears off of it. So it's going to be a lot harder to do. And it may, I don't want to cut it all the way down because then you got to put something around it, like a rubber band or something around it to keep it so it doesn't leak. So that really wasn't my plan. And I don't know how deep. I'm going to set this on back in that tote. Because that way I don't have to worry about it sticking to anything. I didn't realize I had sticky silicone over here. Why, I don't know. I mean, my cup doesn't leak that I used to mix the silicone and pour it. I don't know how I got it all over. Okay. All right. Still a little sticky, but not bad. And I can set this one over there out of my way. Because this one's going to be real fun. All right. I can see the teeth. I don't know how I want to do this. I don't know if I should do it. Man, I don't know. On this one, I was confused on how I should do it. Because I don't want to break the horns. But, it has to be this. There's a tooth almost sticking through on that end. There's part of the ear sticking out on that end. Alright, let me think about this for a minute and I'll be back. Alright guys, I honestly don't know if I'm doing this correctly, but I do need this piece to fill in. Because that's part of the incense burner. So, what I'm doing now is just cutting around the edge so far so that I can get the dragon out. This piece may have to go back in there. And, I'm trying not to cut too close to the edge so that I can, but I have over here on the top. But that's my plan. I mean, I tried to call a couple people and they didn't answer, so she was probably busy. So right now, I'm cutting it. It may not be the right way, but I think if I don't cut too deep, I need to cut a certain amount, yes. Because I'm going to need to, man, I didn't want to cut the teeth. Because I need to get it out. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up a little higher. so the tooth, so I'm not cutting into the teeth, or not all of them anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I never did one where it had this piece that needed to be filled in. So I would have cut it the other way, but there's way too much silicone to cut through. So this is the way I chose to do it. It may not be the proper way, and probably isn't, but we're going to see what happens. I need to be able to see. Yeah. I'm not trying to cut into the teeth. I'm just trying to cut it enough so that I actually can see it and get it out. I had thought about cutting into the end, but that's where the horns are, and I think that's going to be way too much. And I should have probably just jagged it in this end and pulled it open. But I got a hole here, and a hole here, and a hole there that's worn through. So, I'm not real sure. I mean, I could have zigzagged the front of this and pulled it out probably. I don't know. I do not know. I've never had one like this. I've never made one like this. I don't want to cut into that because that could be part of the tooth. Cut it up above. Let's try a zigzag this way. I mean, I've already cut the sides. It's going to have to come out. And this might be the easier way to do it. Oops. Gotta get cut through. Alright. It would probably be easier if I turned it up on its end so I could see what I'm doing here. Okay, I got that. So let's go this way now. Go this way. Yep, gotta cut it all the way through. And then this way. Oops, all the way through. Okay, or you're not getting it out of there. Alright, let's go this way. I have seen that if you cut them in like a zigzag, that when you put your rubber band on there to hold it back shut, that it makes it easier to hold shut. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, is a zigzag motion, and I may have to cut a little more. But I have some big thick rubber bands that I had bought. I think I don't want to go any further down. I think I already cut his nose, but that's okay. I think the rubber band will hold him. Okay, guys, here goes. Here goes nothing. Okay. These are the holes, which like I said, I did not fill. Ow, ow, ow. His teeth are pretty pointy. Yeah, I didn't cut all the way down that side, which I'm going to have to. Alright. I did not cut all the way down this side. Nah. I think I'm gonna have to. I did on that side, but I did not on this side. I really didn't want to, but you know, I don't want to cut into his, I guess if I cut down below his teeth, then I should be okay. Because I don't want to mess the teeth up. So, I'll just cut down below and try and cut up against it. Because I'm going to have to cut it down a little further. I ain't going to get it out. You're going to have to cut. Dang it, I didn't want to cut into that. I don't want to cut into the scales. But I might not have a choice. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I mean, this is the first one I've ever done this way. And I'm not, believe me, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about cutting into it. Because this was not a cheap, it was not a cheap mold to make. Alright, well, I didn't want to do that. Darn it. Yeah, because I've already cut this loose. I'm not sure I need it, but I don't want to cut it off either. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut along here. Hopefully I won't jack anything up any more than I already have. Yeah, I gotta make sure I got into it though, or I'm not gonna get it off of there. Darn it. I mean, I had done one where you had to put a piece back in to make the, but I didn't really want to do it that way. Alright, let's pull this out so I can see. I know you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking that I don't want to go that far back. Probably went further back on that side than I wanted to. Alright. There's another piece that needs to come up out of there. Ow. How many more is there? Oh, there's another one. Like I said, I didn't want to mess the piece up. So I really was trying to go down under his teeth, but then I think his teeth are going to get messed up now. Because they'll have air bubbles in it once you lay this piece back down. Alright, well, it's too late now. I gotta cut in order to get that loose. Try to cut it down below the teeth line. If it messes a little bit of the scales up, well, it does. There's nothing I can do about it. I need to get it cut so I can pull it loose. This was dumb. This will have to be put back in there. Yeah, this will have to be put back in there. Let me think about it for a minute, because I don't want to mess it up any more than I might have already. Alright. He's out. I didn't break him. He needs silicone cleaned off of him, but I didn't break him. But whoo, baby, was that a rough one. Was that ever a rough? Yeah, I wished I would have filled those holes in. But I did not, so I don't know. Okay. There was some little holes up here, like right here where the wingtips, where the ear tips were. And then a hole right there where the tooths were. So, and then the centerpiece, it actually has to be in there in order for it to be an incense burner. So what I did was, I jig-jagged this, cut this, and then I had this. Now, I may take those off, because I can drill the holes. No big deal. I can drill the holes. And I can't cut this piece off. And I had one before where this piece just laid back down in there after you poured it. I can't do that because I'm afraid if I cut any more on it, I'm going to mess up the dragon design. I've already cut his ear, and hopefully it'll go back together well enough. I mean, I'm going to put a rubber band around it when I pour it. But whoo, baby, was that rough. And I think I ripped right there where the ear came out. Yeah, well, that was rough. That was rough. But I think I will cut the little holes out. And I will drill them. Because it's going to be a whole lot easier to drill them than it is to try and pull them out. So, I mean, I have them, and they could stay, but it's rough getting it out. I mean, I'm hoping I won't rip it all the way up trying to get it out, because I did kind of rip that one horn getting it out. I mean, shoot. That was right there where the horn and the ear meets. I don't know. Right now I'm going to leave it because it needs to set a little bit longer before I try and pour in it. But there's my big dragon head mold. And here's the bottom piece. Now it'll be a while before I pour it, because like I said, I want to let it set a little bit longer before I pour it. But there it is. Yeah, I just moved it over too far. You can't see. There's the head. There's the bottom. Whoo, baby. That was a rough one. I got it, but phew. It's not exactly the way I wanted to get it, but I have some big rubber bands that'll fit around this and hold that back together. It's still, you know, like I said, it's still sticky where the hot glue was. I don't think I'll be able to fix that. I think it's gonna, you know, it's gonna stay sticky. The only thing I can do is put some tape over it, which I got a crack back here too. It's pretty far back, and I might have to, well, maybe not, I don't know, when I get ready to pour it. I did cut some off of this end. Big old chunk. And I may trim this one down some more, but not until after I pour it and see how I can trim it some more. Because those pieces and this one can be trimmed, like the corners could be trimmed off. It could be trimmed down more. And then I'll have some extra filler piece for my next mold making kit, which ain't going to be for a while, because this one wasn't cheap. Like any of them, really. I guess I need to find a different kind of, find a different silicone. But this aluminum sheet works quite well because the silicone just peels right off of it. So I put it under there just in case. And I did it, like I said, I did have some leaks. I put it under there just so I could, because I can take it upstairs and scour it and clean it, and you won't even know I had any silicone on it. So that worked out perfectly. All right, let me do my shout outs. Wanda's Blessed Creations, Stacy _ the Crafty Cat. Please check out Miss Stacy and Miss Wanda. Miss Stacy makes some really nice tumblers. Resi Liz, India Brady Art by me, Andrew Walker. Billy Holman Creations, Cosmic Carols Creations, at Artsy Doodles 1, My Love of Crafts, Butch's Resin Creations, Dragon in Dresses Craftsorium, Created with Wingless Angels, TLC's Handmade Hayloft, Roseanne's Crafting Corner, and I don't know if Miss Roseanne's doing any more crafting, but dang it, I hate that. Let's see. Coral Marine's Resin Art, Marvelous Artsy, Crafting with Carla, Cynthia's Crafts and More, and Cynthia, I'm still praying for you, girl. Amy's Resin Corner, Kat Johnson, Mini Scenes GB, Easel Does It Studio, Martha's Craft Room, Ruby's Resin Studio, Custom Created Handmade Crafts, Gail Hinky, Clear Creations, The Blue Elephant Gifts, Creepy Crafts, Gert Creates, Patricia's Crafting Corner, June's House of Crafts, Reb Critter, Bright Star Creative, Resin Artists, and I think that might be at Resin Artists, the Resiners Poorhouse, Lori, Lore, aka Midwest Meemaw, Missouri Mama, and Resin Me Up. And then I had a couple of new subscriptions that I just joined. So let me find those because I don't have them wrote up there yet. Let me find my subscriptions here. Oh, I guess I better change first. Switch accounts. Okay. Let's see, who do I have under subscriptions? Oh. Okay, let's see what the new ones are. Oh, darn it. What is it called? Dang it. It might be all the way at the bottom. Oh, okay. Laney's Crafting Creations. That's one of them. And what was the other one? Heart. Doggone it. It should have been down there too. Heart Creations by Renee. Those are two new ones. And I'll have to add them to my board. But at least you got to see me pour it, and part of it anyway. And because I ran out of, I had to order another whole thing of resin just to finish this. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use polyurethane in it. I mean, it hadn't set long enough. It's still kind of sticky. So I don't know that I'll pour anything in it in a while. But you will get to see it when I do. When I get ready to pour it up. Believe me, you'll get to see it. But bye for now, and I will see you all tonight on Friday Nights Live. And I'm not real sure. Well, I have an idea about what we're doing, but you'll see me tonight. Bye for now.